I'd love for it to, I'd love for it to just do really wild, unexpected crap. Like, may as well. Like, they're about to close it out.
I really don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Is Luke Skywalker going to play a large role? Are they going to tie in
you know,
Baby Yoda? Who knows?
He's like a Force ghost at this point.
But he is in the movie.
Right. He just died.
And Yoda can do lightning strikes as a Force
That's
ghost,
pretty.
so
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Luke could just be.
This is my prediction. Force Ghost Luke will appear.
Well, yeah, we know he's in the movie.
How?
He's in the credit. Like that's well known.
Damn it! What if it's a flashback scene though? That's different.
They've never done a flashback scene in Star Wars. Name one.
Okay. No, best I can do is like traumatic memories, like in their heads.
Episode 1 through 3.
And like.
Yeah, it's like one big flashback.
Yeah, I guess when Rey touches a lightsaber, she sees some like flashback.
Yeah. Well, and like, is it like Yoda in like episode 2 or 3 where he like hears like Qui-Gon like crying out when Anakin's killing the Sand People or something?
Yeah, but
actually,
Qui-Gon's not alive at that point.
No, I know, but Yoda's like on like the Force frequencies. He's like picking up stuff. It's weird. Like I swear, you hear like Qui-Gon saying,
You do hear Qui-Gon.
No!
I thought it was just like from a while back.
Okay,
They just were used for some reason.
At the end of Return of the Jedi, doesn't he like see like all the like Yoda and?
That's not
That's not a
flashback.
flashback. He just sees Force ghosts.
He sees him in like the sky.
No,
They're
Not
just
in
near
the
the
sky.
fire. They're next to
yeah,
them.
they are
Force
present.
ghosts.
They
Yeah,
are
they're just
not.
Force ghosts.
Yep, they are witnessing.
So it's not him remembering.
And
like,
they changed it to Hayden Christensen.
Is
It's
Hayden
really fucking
Christensen
bullshit.
in this movie?
He might be.
That would be pretty awesome.
I
Dude,
mean,
I would
they
kind
could
of
do
love
it.
that.
Who did they use before that?
The original, the actual actor that played Darth Vader.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
I just assumed like over
I'm
time
almost
he
certain
became
they
that.
did.
no, it's the
Like,
guy. It's not the guy who's in the suit all the time that plays him when he takes the mask off.
Really?
Oh, it's
It's
Earl
a
Grey
different
Jones.
guy.
It's Earl
That's
Grey
the-
Jones or something.
that's
No,
the
that's
voice.
just the voice.
It's three.
James Earl
There are
Jones.
3 pieces to
Earl
Darth
Grey
Vader.
What is-
Jones?
Earl Grey
There's,
Jones.
I think his name's like something Krause, Jared, but he's the guy who's walking around in the suit.
David Prowse.
David Prowse, yep. That's not David Prowse who gets unmasked in Return of the Jedi.
Who is it?
Just go to the Wikipedia for Return of the
Why
Jedi.
did they get all these different people?
Why wouldn't they just use him?
Why couldn't it just be James Earl Jones under that mask?
He's a body man.
Because
Oh, yeah, he's
the
Luke's
race
father.
would be
Yeah.
off. It's me.
Merc. Yo.
Can't make it.
He's on
Yeah.
lockdown.
Uh-huh.
When we would get inducted into the German Honor Society in high
Yeah.
school, Herr Fleming would play this song, and
Uh,
then he'd like
so
walk slowly out of his office.
His sink got clogged.
What?
He would have to leave now. Is it worth it for them to come?
That answer can only be decided by him.
Yeah, that's really up to you.
Yep. I won't
For what it's...
be
I
offended.
mean, we're going to be
Yeah.
playing, so it's up to you.
Yeah.
I think we're ending around 9:45.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, we'll start. Alright. Yep. Sink got clogged, and he said, we're in the muck of it now.
That's unpleasant stuff. So, okay, I think where we left off, you guys decided, well, you sent away, like, the remaining populace of Autumndale. There's not going to be, like, a heroic stand here. So they're heading south to Blue Cape to join up with the more defenseless populace that you had already sent away days before. And then I believe your party was deciding what you wanted to do as far as your immediate intentions, whether to go along to Blue Cape, to go on a mission to try and sabotage the shipwright area where the orcs might be building ships. I think there was some questions kind of hanging over what you wanted to do. Ardith Bay, you got your +1 Sylvan armor, right, on your character.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that.
Why don't you take a look at that? Merrick's got his batch of 5 potions, and then hopefully Mert equipped his dwarven armor, but he'll get to do so if he hasn't yet. So we'll say I think I had so. Okay, it is morning of the 5th day after your after you return to town from Gabar. So you guys are pretty much alone in the deserted Autumndale. It would be a simple matter to catch up with the elders and the rest of the people if you want to join them down to Blue Cape, but you can go anywhere in the world. It's up to you.
You're talking to me?
I'm talking to the party as a whole.
Well, are they back?
Where'd we go?
I thought you
Oh, the
guys were
shipwreck,
still
right?
by the ship.
That was ages
we
ago.
ran.
No,
we
you
ran
guys
back.
are joined back up.
Oh, yeah, we brought the weapons back. We sold them already, I think. That's how we got all this
We
gold.
evacuated the town. We
Yep.
didn't.
Yep. I got my powder from Golk.
Yeah.
I forgot what we were about to do.
That's why I was just going over.
We were
You've
going
got decisions.
North to the ships to sabotage them. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
You're right, though. The guy that gets unmasked is Sebastian Shaw,
Yep,
and he's the Force Ghost until they removed him.
yep. And now he only exists in that one scene.
Yeah. Just weird, man. Why wouldn't they just use David Brown?
It's the same reason that Ray Park didn't get to speak his own dialogue. I just think
Like, what is
the
David
movie
Brown's-
directors and
what's his
producers
face look like?
found it
the gaze
unpalatable.
upon him. I mean, this is him in 2013. It's not really fair.
He doesn't look so much different
You've never seen him before.
as compared to that like sickly face when he gets unmasked.
Oh yeah, I mean he could have pulled it off.
Maybe they thought it would look too comical.
Based on this one picture.
Yeah.
People just start laughing in theaters at Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
when
They
he
might
takes
have.
the
I
mask.
mean, who
Because
knows?
he looks. Are his
I mean,
eyes?
here he looks
are his
sorta-
eye, okay, he looks a little less
He
comical.
could
there.
have. He could have done it. Anyways.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going north.
Okay.
They decided that he had the body of Darth Vader, but not the face.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's really-
He didn't have the or the voice.
I mean, he was a bodybuilder, so he had the physicality.
Yeah, right.
I guess maybe he wasn't a good actor, and they needed those key lines.
All right. Your best and most recent intel is that from that orc that was interrogated and tortured and all that. The area where the ships are being built is north of Gabar, up further up the coastline. So you're looking at, from your basically knowledge of the local area and the fact that you've made the journey to Gabar already, probably at least 10 days to getting up there. And that's hoping you don't encounter the main army or any other problems along the way. You do have enough provisions for 20 days. So for there and back, provided you don't make side forays. If you go beyond that, you're going to need to do substantial foraging, hunting, rationing, combination of all three to make your supplies continue.
Ain't no thing.
Alright. I don't recall. I think Golk sent his wagon south.
Yeah. And he wanted to go with us.
Yeah. And Hubert went south as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the care of, or no, we discussed this. Maybe he didn't go south because.
I thought he wanted to stay.
Oh yeah, no, he's coming with you. Yep. So you've got two Hubert and Golk joining you on the journey.
Because he said he would go just into bunny form and hide if need be.
If there was
but
trouble.
we felt that it was too complicated for
Right.
a talking bunny to be
Okay.
going around.
So, Ardith Bay.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a pencil?
No.
You should have it. Oh yeah, you use your laptop. So, if you take a look at this hard to read map, here's Autumndale.
Yeah.
Here's the ruins of Gabar.
Mm-hmm.
You've been told that the place where they're building the ships is probably somewhere in this area up here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need to draw anything, but just trace what your intended route would be heading up there as the guide of the party.
Okay. Let's see. So before I went this way, right?
When you did your
When I did my
yes,
scout.
correct.
Remember you said there's gonna be an easy part and a hard part. What was the hard part? What was the easy part?
The easy part is actually destroying the ships. Hard part is
Getting close.
getting close safely without being caught.
Well, is there a way
Less
to
than a
cross
day's
up
worth
here?
away.
That I
That's
would
right.
know?
You would have to ford. There'd be some danger, but
Well,
unless
you don't have to be that
if you could
close.
take your time, you feel
No,
confident.
not especially close,
fording the
but
river.
we'll be in
Well, where did we go the
Zoopnul.
first time to Gabar? Did we go this way? Around?
You stayed on
Easy
the
idea.
left bank of the river and just followed
That's
it.
the name of the region.
Part of me wonders,
Those are
like, if we
portals
should
to
follow
Zoopnul.
the coast to
No.
see
Yeah.
if
I
any
mean,
ships are
There are
coming
portals
down.
to Zoopnul, but that's not the name of the Dark Lord.
He has yet to
So,
be identified.
But there are
would
portals.
it be better to follow the coastline so we could see if any ships were coming down, or to go the way that we had gone before because we know that terrain?
The
I am
orcs also know
confident
it.
either way in my ability.
Seems kind of unlikely that ships would be coming already.
Yeah.
Hey, you wrapped a gift.
I've wrapped a lot of gifts.
Oh.
Let's stick to the route we know.
Alright. So we'll follow this path.
Okay. Alright.
Do you need this?
Yes. Okay. Well, as per my normal rules, you get fast travel when you're going to a place that you've gone to already. Which means up till Gabar you can fast travel.
Nice.
Unless there's something that interrupts. Which, after... You are woken... Let's see. Your third camp. You are woken in the night.
What?
There's just a general commotion nearby, like a large crowd or something of that nature.
Oh shit!
We're just like on the path.
You've been following along the trace of the river. This is the same way you took north to Gabar the first time.
Okay. So we hear, but we don't see.
Well, it's dark and you're in your little. I imagine you all have tents.
Probably.
Yep. So you're awoken in your tents.
And it's all around us.
No, it's like approaching.
Well,
Do
we
we
should
detect
hide.
a language?
It's not like audible dialogue. It's like, imagine like if you're at like Lambeau Field and like everyone's leaving the stadium and you're like,
Okay, so it definitely sounds like a huge crowd.
yeah.
It's probably Zoopnul.
Is it coming from north?
You get out of the tent.
I mean, I guess if I didn't know my directions.
Not within the tent. You didn't make careful note before going to bed.
Well, I would hope we all get out of our tents.
Yeah. Well, okay, out of the
Is
tent.
that what Ardith Bay would like to do?
Yeah, I'll get out of the tent. See what I can. What do my elf eyes see?
Yes. So you found just a nice little area by the river, and under the limited moonlight, approaching from the north is just a large mass. So many dozens or hundreds of humanoids.
Mert says we're not gonna make it. Our
Okay.
character sheets are there at the table, so if need be, have at them. Dude, he's really in the muck. Ruins your whole night.
The sink gets clogged.
That's it. You're done.
And so you take the faucet, turn it on full blast, and be like, it's going to work itself out. It starts overflowing out of the sink. Starts like, well, we're in the muck now.
Dumps his head in it.
Elbow deep in it.
He's got like a pipe. He's trying to suck it all out.
Yikes.
Oh man.
All right. Well, your party is in the muck right now.
Yeah.
You've got.
Do you have the torches, or is it just walking in the dark?
You see no light source.
This is very worrisome. We should hide.
They have no light source.
Right, but they're moving along just fine.
Let's hide. I'll send a consciousness in to scope things out closer.
We have to we have to remove our traces. How long does it take to pack up a tent?
That's a good question.
We'll always assume they are here for menial tasks to assist.
Who's here?
Your other two party members.
Oh, okay.
They won't be participating in critical skill checks or combat, but they're helping with that. You could probably, between the 5 of you, get camp packed up reasonably in about 4 minutes.
Is it worth it?
I don't know.
I mean, like, if we can see them, can they see us?
Does it seem like they're coming right towards us?
Yes, because they seem to have been following the river as well for their own purposes. So
I don't know. They might just stomp through and.
I mean, okay, so like by my judge of distance, do I think we have 4 minutes?
No.
Okay.
Then that's the
Okay.
answer.
Alright.
All right, then we hide.
Just abandon.
okay.
Leave. What do you want to make it look like we were doing here?
Fishing.
All right. Well, I don't have any fishing equipment though. But you could
You
summon.
could conjure
you could conjure a fishing pole and just put it by the fire.
Okay, I'll do that.
That can remain for what?
5 minutes.
I thought it was indefinitely, as long as you don't summon something else.
Says lasts until the end of the counter or until you dismiss it as a free action.
Oh, okay.
So
Counters is
Yeah.
flexible.
that's true. Yeah.
All right. You conjure. Could you do a pair of fishing rods?
That's up to you.
I think so. It's a simple enough object.
It's anything that a medium creature could carry.
A medium creature could carry a fishing rod in each hand if you wanted to.
That's true.
Okay.
Could he carry a bundle of them in his arms?
Could you?
But do you want to have them thinking there's like a league of
I don't
fishermen
know. That's
nearby? Is that
Just for future reference.
2 is maybe good.
okay? You've conjured them. They fall to the ground.
All right, that's where they stay.
Alright, now we just look like we got eaten by a bear or something.
Okay.
Tear up one of them.
Tear up one of them.
It's fine. Yeah.
Let them find.
Come here,
traces.
Birdman. Lizard man. Yeah.
I mean, do we really need to paint this elaborate picture?
No. All right, let's just get out of here. We don't have time to tear
Alright.
them apart.
Next, there's little in terrain here. There is one shrub. It will not accommodate the 6 of you.
Is there a second shrub?
Nope. You could see maybe 2, at most 3 creatures fitting in there if Golk is one of them, because he's half size.
Could hide in the river. Use like a reed to breathe.
Do you have a reed?
Are there reeds?
You could
Roll
summon.
luck.
You could summon a whole
Okay.
arm's worth. You could summon a bundle of reeds.
But then the rods
The
go
fishing rods
away.
go away. Yeah, those are
Reeds
different
are more
items.
important.
Nope.
Okay, there aren't reeds.
Do you want to summon reeds so we can breathe,
And I'll tell Hubert.
or do we just keep
Scurry.
going further to
I'll
find
just
a new
become
shrub?
one with nature and kind of hide.
How much
like a
time do
little
we?
burrow.
We don't
Okay.
have much time at all.
He nods
And
vigorously.
who knows? They could see in the
scurries
dark. We might have
We
like
probably
10
do.
seconds.
In fact, they probably
Yeah,
do.
almost certainly. So,
Let's just do this reed plan.
all right,
Get out
I'll
of
make
here.
as many reeds as I can.
Roll an Arcana. You're stretching the limits.
Good. That is a 28.
Okay. I'm glad we're moving away from the one territory that we were in last time.
Dozens of reeds.
You create reeds for each party member.
All right.
And they're good, durable.
Good reeds.
Yep, they are. They're quality reeds.
Reed is greed.
You could play Agricola with these reeds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let us breathe then.
All right.
Okay. So you all get into the water. Do you go along with this, Ardith? All right. We'll say these two don't flounder and drown, and they don't create a commotion. They silently drop into the water.
Like rocks.
Yep. Never to be seen again. What's the heaviest armor any of you wear? Does anyone be above leather?
No.
Is Mert?
We're not concerned about him. What about Merrick?
Leather.
Okay. Then no athletics is required. I will take a stealth roll from each of you. Could be an easy DC, could be a hard one, but I do need to see what your
pressure's on.
Yeah, because this is still
one fuck up.
It's a difficult situation.
One fuck up. Oh, nice.
Oh, there we go. I got pretty good.
17.
26.
19.
Okay. And you'll just kind of hold position right now?
I mean, I have my consciousness out so I can see
okay.
as they pass
Yeah,
by.
I can give you some information then.
What form is your consciousness?
You said it's like some
ever beam.
It's like a
light
heat wave, and
so it's not. It doesn't like people don't see it.
They
That's
could if they're really looking. Yeah.
If you want it to be seen, you can take the shape of a man.
No, I don't think so. If I want to be seen, I'd fuck them up. I'd start dimensional scrambling.
Okay. Would you object to me saying that your consciousness kind of goes by like the shrub?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You see many ranks of orcs go trouncing by. Not really marching. You couldn't quite call it that organized of a movement. You see most of them carrying, savage and brutal melee weapons, but there's several rows of archers as well. Along the flanks, you have difficulty identifying them at first, but then one comes right by your bush, so looks like some werewolves are in league with this force, and then after the orcs come shorter, stockier hobgoblins wielding spears. And then at the rear, accompanied by 4 men who are wearing similar robes as the one you encountered in the bar, is a minotaur who has a great staff in his hand, and every once in a while he thumps it to the ground to keep some sort of a rhythm moving as the army moves south.
That's an army. Can I approximate numbers?
I'm
smart.
I know. Give me a perception. It's more of a limitation of your sensory as opposed to the.
Well, how's a 21?
That's good. No fewer than 250, and no greater than 400.
Okay, that's enough to take out autumn damage.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have the consciousness follow them for about an hour.
Okay.
And then I will use living missile on the Minotaur, and it doesn't matter if it succeeds or fails because he still can be attacked with the secondary part, and I can just send him careening through the horde.
Okay. Right, because there's no distance limitation on your consciousness.
Right.
And there's no duration either.
focus on both breathing and your consciousness.
I mean, I assume after like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I made that
Yeah.
same assumption
Yeah.
myself. Okay. And if your consciousness takes damage, it dissipates.
Just disappears.
Okay. Then go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, so for the first part, critical fail. I mean, technically, it would still
Nope.
do its thing.
Resolve it as if it weren't a critical fail.
Yeah, so he would be slowed.
Okay.
Save ends.
That would be it.
And then
Oh,
I can use the living missile attack
okay.
as a minor. And that's where I slide him 10 squares. And then there's another attack, which is 16 versus reflex.
Okay. If that were to miss, what happens?
Then he takes half damage. Oh no.
Okay.
One of the guys he runs into takes half damage and he falls prone.
Okay.
And then depending on if he makes his save that round, I can keep doing that attack.
Okay. I'll resolve it. You slam him into one of the mages that's next to him. There's damage. You see him go like, "Ugh," and like a projectile from either the magus or the minotaur's staff, luckily like zaps your consciousness in the
immediately.
It's a 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's so. You've caught, maybe you've sown some discord amongst the or some fear, but you won't be able to continue observing it.
Unless I just make another.
And send it.
How fast? What's the speed of?
It's my speed, so it's not very fast.
Yeah.
So you have to catch up. But flashback for that whole hour, were we just waiting in place?
You can do stuff.
So we should probably discuss. You tell us the numbers and all that. We say, okay, what do we do from here? Do you think, do we still carry on with the plan? Are they coming by ship too?
Well, absolutely. That was just the crew going to Autumndale.
Okay.
That was probably just a small fraction of the army, which they're loading up on ships and sending to Blue Cave, which we need to sabotage.
Okay. So we really don't do anything different as a result of this?
No, we just avoided them, and that's it.
So will you allow yourself to finish your rest that night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you do so.
Good.
All right. You encounter no further trouble, at least till Gabar. So that is where you've made it back to.
Okay.
The town has not changed much since you were last here. Whereas before it was a smoldering ruin, now it's just a ruin. There is nothing to suggest there's been any activity here since you were last here, at least upon your initial arrival into the town. And now you've got the river to your south, and so there are no physical barriers to you just following the coastline to your estimated spot for where the ships would be. Golk, what does Golk do? I had something in mind. Well, it was more for Mert as his caretaker, but that will have to just wait for another time. Where did I put it? Hubert, has he been receiving a diet of any kind? Have you been providing for him along the way?
Yeah.
Alright. It's been, we'll say, 6 days since you left Autumndale. How much would you like to say he's consumed since then? You can designate any number of copper, silver, or gold coins. He doesn't nag you for food, but he never turns it down
No,
either.
I've been doing, I think, like 10 copper a day.
Okay, so 60 copper.
Yeah.
No, I could just always have my shape conscious like 20 minutes ahead of us, just to be safely scouting things out.
Hmm.
Why not?
That's
And
an
why
interesting
not?
tactic.
Yeah,
Even farther.
like an hour.
It's a bit far.
Pick a number, damn it!
35 minutes.
All right, 35 minutes ahead.
I'll probably have to. It may not even ever be relevant, but a small penalty to like your spatial awareness around yourself when you have your consciousness going ahead.
Okay.
So basically, your consciousness will probably be a little bit more alert to your
Well, yeah,
surroundings. and
that I would want it to be.
okay.
Shaped consciousness is good.
It's a nice ability. Okay. I will ask for a nature roll from your guide at this point, Ardith Bay.
Okay, 26.
26, okay. That is good. Yeah, Ardith, you find the coastline to be a relatively easy task for navigation. There are no like major interruptions to the path. Just walking along. Occasionally, you find some larger bluffs and things of that nature. But with your nature, you're able to just always strike a path, and you travel for 2 more days after making it to Gabar. The morning of the next day, about half an hour into your journey, Artemis, your consciousness spots something among a wooded region just off the coast.
A wooded region just off the coast? That doesn't make...
Like, basically there's like a patch of trees just beyond the beach where you see some activity.
Oh, so you mean
A little bit inland, yes.
inland, not
Yes. Yeah.
patch trees out in the water.
Right, right. And I'll give you the benefit of, I'm just going to give you a diagram soon. And it's
Okay.
going to show, basically give you an overview if you can.
I'd make popcorn, but it's a bistro.
Yeah, and that's
so-
unnecessary.
Yeah.
We just have to steel ourselves until...
David Prowse helped train Christopher Reeve for the role of Superman.
Wow.
You're finding out all about him.
Yep. Oh, he also
Bless
trained
you.
Carrie Always for Princess Bride.
Wow.
Nice.
My God.
He's kind of a legend now.
And Thomas said his face is comical.
Hmm. Yeah.
That one picture you showed me.
Well, yeah, they try to use the most comical image for the Wikipedia page. Poor guy.
Some of those eyes pop out of the helmet. You wouldn't believe it.
weightlifter. Look at him lifting that weight. So I guess, if you look at this, that doesn't look like Darth Vader.
No, with the glasses and the hair.
But he looks too youthful. I think that was what the thing was.
Oh.
Because how old would you have been? You'd have been 42. I guess it's hard to say.
I'm trying to think of what's an equivalent role where it's so many people are involved.
I don't know. But the guy that actually was there was 72.
Guy who's I don't know. How old is Darth Vader supposed to be in character?
45 maybe?
In his 40s or 50s.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
40s. So that's weird. They had a guy who's in his 40s.
Oh wow.
Not old enough. Not for that old crusty Vader.
Not real old. How old is the Emperor supposed to be? 50?
No. A lot older.
Not a lot older.
200.
I'm just wondering if they were trying
No.
to make the point the dark side makes you age really fast.
Well, do you remember watching episode 3, Thomas?
Yeah,
When he melts his own face?
Yeah, and then he blames it on the attack on his life.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Actually, I don't think I've seen that.
What the
You
fuck?
haven't seen episode 3?
No,
What
I've
the-
seen
That's
part of it.
the best one of the 3.
I've seen episode 1 multiple times.
Oh
Of course
my
you
gosh.
have. Of course you have.
Episode 2.
This
I saw
is
once.
crazy.
I saw episode 2 in the theater.
Oh my goodness.
Episode 3, I don't know what happened. Just never saw it.
Jesus. Ben says the prequels are as good as the original trilogy.
Ben says a lot of things.
He does say a lot of things.
So,
He says Dark Knight Rises is better than Dark Knight.
oh
Alright.
gosh.
Here you go,
Yeah.
May. You can disseminate this among your party, but you get the first look at it because you sent out your consciousness.
You guys want to get seminated? Okay. Okay, they got a palisade.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have.
Yeah, yeah.
Stack lumber. Okay, so they roll logs from the top down to this pile. Is this what you're telling me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They got transport ships, they got warships, and then you have this little icon, which possibly signifies more warships.
There's a key.
There sure is, and it has the one symbol on it, under construction.
Yeah, so those are being built. Yeah.
Alright, let's take a look at this.
You can now
Hold
wear
on.
this.
Hold on.
3,000.
50 enslaved laborers, 46 orcs. That's not that many.
There's only 46 orcs here.
What time is it?
It is about 10 in the morning.
Get seminated.
And where are we?
God damn
We're 20 minutes back that way,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Your conscience is already here, which is all we need. Like that was
Right,
the whole point.
that's it.
What was your approach can be to set stuff on fire?
I can conjure flasks of oil,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can use a psionic spark to light things on fire.
Okay. Okay, so we could light up the slave quarters. Get those dealt with.
Although, it doesn't even specify I need oil. The psionic spark is super fucking vague. It says, one flammable object that isn't carried by another creature. Effect, you cause the target to catch fire.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, a ship isn't being carried by another creature, and it is a flammable object. So pretty simple. It's a minor action. So I can fire out a few of those real quick.
Probably warships are big.
What are the dwellings made out of? Are they tents?
No.
They're
The
brick?
slaves, they live in like tents. the orc dwellings are like kind of like little long houses. Like they're made of wood.
Wood.
Yep.
Okay.
Is the slave quarters locked up?
No, it's like a pit.
Mm-hmm.
Like just basically like kind of like so you have like the terrain and then there's just kind of this more dugout area, clearly to keep them hemmed in there.
Well,
I feel like just go
what
up
on
the line.
earth could they do to stop me from lighting these things on fire continuously?
We'll find out. I guess, but you just might as well start with the ships.
Yeah,
Or-
I mean, I'd like to set the houses on fire, but unless we lock them in some way.
Are they active?
What do you mean?
Are the orcs active? Are they moving around or are they sleeping?
Well, it's 10 a.m.
Oh, okay.
I assume they're.
So they're all working. I can't think of anything else to do besides just go for the ships.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
So your consciousness is going to go up to one of the ships.
Yep.
Okay. You want to designate a particular one for me?
The first one.
Like on the south?
Yep.
One of the transport ships? Okay.
Yep.
And, okay, so you see it's complete. It's got a little sail. Could probably hold like 100 stinking orcs on it if it wanted to.
You could.
Yep.
Not no more.
Okay, what area of the ship do you target?
I don't know. Do I have to specify? Isn't
You
it
do.
all one object?
Nope, because you could go up to like the Tower of Barad-dûr and say it's an object not being carried by a person. I wouldn't just have like the whole.
But it
thing.
has to be flammable.
Okay.
But does it
So
start
if there
in one
was-
section?
I really read the whole text to you. Target is one flammable object that isn't carried by another creature.
See,
Effect: you cause the target to catch
The
fire.
entire object at once? It's not like you're setting a torch on it. It's like just
The
entire
target is one
combusts.
flammable object. The effect is you cause the target to catch fire.
Yeah. So like, you know, if you had like.
But does
No-
the whole ship
alright.
burn at once?
Right. If you say you had Noah's Ark,
Yes.
like something really massive,
Yeah.
and you cause it to catch fire, for me that doesn't mean the entire ship is ablaze. Like that means part
Not
of it.
immediately.
Right. But
So just wouldn't you target the
So
center
it's just a
of
matter
it
of where you're
so
starting
it
it.
can
Yeah.
go out
There
on
you
the
go.
other side?
Right. I just don't know. I guess the question is how big is the starting fire? How do you determine that?
Is this a sailboat?
it's
I mean, in a way,
I'd say
wouldn't you want to
target the
start it? You
sail.
would want it to start below deck so it's not
Yeah.
immediately noticeable. Let it like fester before they start taking.
You're right. I
action.
can just go in the ship and start it
I think you
anywhere in
should
there.
start all the ships like inside, so before they
There
even
you go.
notice anything.
That's good thinking.
okay. Let's get a luck DC again. In the matter of stealth, it's just
19.
okay. Your consciousness navigates its way into the hold of the ship.
Yeah.
You're there. It's empty in here right now.
Let's set it ablaze.
Okay.
Actually, I mean, set like 5 things ablaze in here
Okay.
because it's a minor action, so at will.
Right. You just start going. Okay. You've got like 5 flash points of fire building.
All right. Next
And-
ship.
Yep.
Down the line, baby.
Okay.
Well, we make hot dogs that can't.
Your consciousness goes up to the deck, gets off the ship.
Uh-huh.
The orcs, yeah, they haven't noticed anything quite yet.
Good.
Okay. You go to the second ship.
Fly.
Let me see the map so I can start keeping
This
track of the
consciousness
ships.
Fly.
This thing?
No, we
Yep.
established that. That would make it a lot easier.
It's weird.
He's decided that.
Yep.
It wasn't. It's
Does he
not.
walk
I
on
wish
water?
it specified things.
Does he walk on water?
No.
Or like he's literally like as if a man.
It's as if a man. I guess.
Mm.
He has to like climb ladders.
I mean, I agree. I think if it could fly, it probably would say it could fly.
I suppose.
Okay. make your way onto the second ship.
Yep.
Same MO?
Yep.
Okay.
I was picturing like this heat wave, like climbing down a ladder or something, like to like get somewhere.
I don't know, man. It's weird. It's D&D. We don't question these things.
Okay. When you leave the second ship, you see the orcs are under alarm.
Okay.
The first ship is definitely going up.
All right.
They're like barking at the slaves. Some of the orcs themselves are like trying to get buckets and throwing water on it. And they're starting to like point and see like wisps of smoke coming up from the second ship.
Mm-hmm.
As you move to the third ship.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to the fourth ship.
Okay, you're gonna skip over one, go to the fourth ship.
Yep.
Okay. That is still a transport ship.
Okay.
You're getting to know your way around these quite well. You head up there. Same MO?
Yep.
Okay. That one has also been set ablaze.
Okay. What are the orcs doing?
Okay, so it looks like they've abandoned trying to save the first one. The second one they're still attending to. You see there's a number of orcs like checking the third ship. And it looks like there's a group heading to like the warships. Like they seem very concerned about those, but no one's on you at the fourth one right now.
Okay. I'll go to the northmost warship.
Did you blaze the fourth one at all?
Yeah. We don't even really have to get all of them, but I mean, I can just come back tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or the next day.
Or in an hour.
Okay.
Let him put out whatever
Until
they
the
can.
Dark Lord himself comes down here.
Alright. So it looks like there's like a few orcs who are yelled at to come like stand on the deck of even this warship. So
Okay.
you see they're kind of like looking around.
Uh-huh.
You still gonna attempt to go inside?
No.
What can they do to you?
I mean, they can make me disappear.
They can
and
dissipate it,
know
yeah.
that there's some intelligent
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing here. I can just set the side of it on fire just to scare them a little bit.
Okay. You've set the side of the warship on fire.
And then I'll retreat into the water and watch.
Okay.
I like to watch.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Why'd you look at me?
Well, I didn't until you said that. But you were already looking at me when I looked at you.
Alright.
Being weird over there.
Setting things on fire just excites me.
All three of the transport ships that you set on fire,
Yeah.
despite the orcs' best efforts, they're unable to salvage them.
Okay.
Some don't even burn down completely, but they're clearly not seaworthy anymore, and they'd have to be rebuilt. Everything's right now being directed to the two warships. So there's like a large group of orcs there bailing water, yelling at slaves to do so.
Alright, I'll sneak around. And I'll start setting their dwellings on fire.
Okay. You said sneak around, which is good, because I
Yeah.
wasn't going to grant it to you, but I will need a stealth.
Okay, I'll be going through the water.
Okay. I mean, eventually you'll have to go on land. 'cause
Yeah,
you
like,
gotta get
towards where I entered.
Okay. Yep.
14?
Okay.
Fuck it, I'll make it better. There we go, 18.
Okay. You get about halfway there, and it looks like one of the slaves like spots that there's like something there, and it looks like he's hesitating as what to do.
I will use
Snark him.
no thought projection,
Okay.
telepathy, and I will say in his mind that I'm here to rescue you.
Okay.
Stay calm.
He does not report or do anything to hinder your consciousness, and it continues on.
Then I use living missile.
Okay, you light a dwelling on fire.
Good.
Do you want to try and take all of them if you can?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Send them scrambling.
Okay. After the second one, there's like a pack of like 8 orcs that seem to be determined to try and find out. You know, they might be on the trail of whatever this activity is, so they're in your vicinity.
How close?
They are 30 feet from you.
Alright. I'll use Dimensional Scramble,
Okay.
which is a burst 1.
Okay.
So I don't know how many I can grab with that.
Let's say 5.
Alright. Oh, that's gonna be rough. I'll try to memory it.
Okay. Do you get memories per day or per encounter?
That's per encounter.
Okay.
Okay, it's 15 versus Will.
That is a success.
Okay. They each take 7 damage. And then they each teleport to a square adjacent to the burst. So they each move like
A little
5
bit.
feet or so.
Yeah, okay.
They teleport.
7 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, you do some damage to them. And I'll say one of them is going to throw a hand axe with a penalty at your, not one of the ones you got, but one of the other 8 throws a hand axe at where he thinks sees your projection there. So I'll give him a -2. What is your armor class?
16.
Okay. Rolled a 12.
Mm-hmm.
You lowered his attack bonus, but it still equaled or exceeded 16. So the hand axe sails right into your consciousness.
Okay.
And then you guys see Artemis kind of like, like you don't get. I should give you like severe dump shock when that happens, but I won't.
That would be unfair.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty big nerf on that ability.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're too close, though.
Why?
Aren't we only like 30 minutes behind it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they might try scouring the surrounding area. We should be like 6 hours back. 4 hours back.
So we just start going back where consciousness continues?
I mean, that's our goal here, right?
I guess.
What do you want to do?
Can we clean up all 40 of these orcs? With the help of the slaves?
Slaves are in a pit, though.
What if you create a bundle of pikes?
I don't know about that.
Roll down a ladder. Hold on. We have rope. No, I don't know. That'd be a big battle.
Yeah.
How tough is an orc?
Well, I mean, look, he rolled a 12 for that attack with a -2, so a 10, and his bonus still hit my AC 16. So they're, they're decently strong, and there's 40 of them.
Yeah, so 10 each. So that's a lot. But I mean, if we turn around, we've got like 400 orcs waiting.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna turn around. Well, Oh, you mean for moving back?
Like if we go back to the army we just passed going the other way.
Well,
it's
no,
forward.
not that far back.
What if we head?
They're like 6 days behind us.
What if we head more west?
Well, we
Might
haven't
give 'em
decided
a
what we're
wider-
doing after these ships.
Yeah.
All I want is to make sure all these ships are done. For now.
Yes, where do we even want to be?
I mean, we can't. We either like taking on an army, or we're doing some really crazy stealth mission to like destroy 4 portals or something. I feel like we need to rally more forces than what we have.
Yeah, us
There's a
4
map.
can't
Yeah, see the
defeat
map.
an army.
Right. So.
Should we go on like a diplomatic mission to get more forces?
What's
What's
nearby?
near?
Oh,
Ragnar's
city.
not on this continent, right?
Nope.
No. So the biggest city is like Stanton.
Yeah.
Stand in Blue Cape.
Right. Blue Cape already knows.
Yep. I think Midas knows, right? Midas.
They're not a big city though.
No.
Well, we could head across the continent
We
to
could
Stanton.
go to Stanton.
That might be our best bet. Alright, so let's just entrench ourselves here until I wrap up these ships. I don't know if we can free the slaves.
You can summon a ladder.
Or a rope.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give him that. Maybe tonight I'll drop a rope.
Okay, so you're gonna hold position,
Yeah.
send back her consciousness.
Yeah, after like half an hour.
Okay, so you'll give it some time.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just you're gonna try and tag the remaining ships, structures as much as you can,
Yeah.
and also drop a rope down to the slaves.
I was gonna do that at night.
Okay.
So we're at least spending like the day. So if it takes me multiple consciousness trips to get the rest of the ships,
Okay.
so be it. Might be getting another cat.
Just gonna name it Gyro.
No, it's a male. So.
Gonna name it Ardith Babe.
No, I'll probably name it Artemis.
You'll have an all-male household still.
Yeah, I mean one of the cats is female, but it's just you can't mix like that. It's no good.
No, probably not.
How many do you have here now?
2. I mean, Boogle's never seen a female cat in his life.
Other than
Okay.
but yes, you're
Okay. You wait half an hour, send out your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
About 1 minute into your consciousness trip back up the coast,
Mm-hmm.
you see that the orcs are sending a little scouting party down the coastline.
Okay. I'll head into the water. Underwater.
Okay. They'll be almost passing you by. They're like going nice quick Urukai run. By the time you're like situated in the water.
I doubt they're looking out into the water, so I'm fine.
Okay. Will you allow them to just run by?
How many?
There is a group of 8.
We're all just sucking weed right now.
No, we're at a camp or something.
You guys are on the coast.
So I'm gonna tell you
Incoming.
in person that this group of 8 is coming down.
Then you go into the water.
Well, no,
I thought you just said you were in the water.
simultaneously. God damn it, Thomas! The consciousness is in the water,
Oh.
so we need to probably move a bit.
Alright.
But that's why I wanted to move back like 4 hours worth, because they're gonna be looking.
Well, we could start towards Stanton, right?
Yeah, you could start towards Santa. Cover your tracks.
Alright.
that's what Ardith Bay does.
Cover tracks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
All right. Okay. Which direction do you go, Ardith Bay, upon this warning that there's orcs coming?
So are my options like to head west or head into the water?
Those seem like two of your options.
Because we're at the same camp that we were before.
I guess so. We didn't move.
Not when that army passed you. You've obviously moved quite a bit. Because you're south of where that little shipwright camp is now. So you're like over here. But this is where I suppose you weren't even in camp at all because you started moving and then his projection saw it ahead of the time. So no, you guys are just on the beach, ready to move. But you kind of lead the direction. You know they're coming from the north. And you know that the ocean is to your right.
I think we'll just try to go west.
Well,
west.
did you already burn all the ships?
I'm working on that, and you guys were supposed to be heading towards Stanton, just to start moving.
I guess head west then.
Okay. Golk will be the slowest member of the party, I think, as a dwarf.
Sure will.
So your speed will be limited to his max speed.
We'll make him run.
Yet with the warning, you guys are able to get clear of the beach by the time the orc scouts get down there.
Good.
And then the plan's just straight on to Stanton, and then you're going to send your consciousness back as much as you can to...
We're not at a breakneck pace towards Stanton.
No, but your priority is to get all the ships burned.
Yeah.
Okay.
People seem to really like those warships.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't they?
Because, you can't really protect your transports with other transport ships. But this is a bigger problem.
Have you gotten either of those yet? Warships?
I think I started one.
Yeah.
But I probably didn't go through.
Okay. Okay, you guys start heading west. That is a long journey over some pretty desolate land to Stanton. But you can take it one day at a time. Artemis, we'll just say, we'll just jump to your consciousness being back at the camp.
Okay.
You see, it's probably like, so you waited a while, sent it, encountered this. It's been probably about an hour or so since you were last here. Okay. Yep. Everything I said that was, basically all the things with X's. You killed like half the structures, 3 of the transport ships. The orcs are on high alert. You moving through the water again?
Yeah, it seems easy.
Okay. You notice the intact ships they've all had like buckets of water dumped over them. So they might be a little bit fire resistant now.
Even the interior?
You try it?
Why not?
Okay. You're able to light the 3rd transport ship on fire again.
Nice.
Or not again, for the first time.
Burn it again!
Okay.
I think I'm still holding 29 steel scimitars. We should drop those into the slaves.
No, there's no way you're
Just
carrying
never
all that
evolved.
shit. There's no way.
I mean, I am.
You're not!
How am I not?
Because we dumped all the weapons off with the people of Autumndale. They took them to Blue Cave.
I should erase it then. I have magic dust under it though.
Well, yeah, you have the magic dust, but I thought you were going to use that right away to upgrade your weapon.
I did want to. I forgot what was involved.
Okay.
I think
Or I thought
Baron
he was
Dookie, yeah, he
about
was going to
to.
spend like a day, and I don't know if we did that.
What do you do next?
Oh, gosh. Let's try and get another one of their dwellings.
Okay. You hear uncouth shouting. Sounds like orders.
Okay.
It looks like all of the orcs are being signaled to head to a certain point in the camp. You see them moving quickly.
Okay.
It's away from the dwellings, so it looks like they're abandoning the dwellings for now.
That's fine.
Okay.
Are they also abandoning the warships?
No. You see that... You see they're all piling onto the finished warship. You also hear cries of slaughter and pain.
Oh, the slaves.
Well, I mean, they were going to die no matter what, let's be real. I'm not going to shed a tear.
Give them a rope to hang themselves with.
Oh, yikes.
So grisly.
Okay. And you said the warship has been dumped with water.
Yep. Splashed. It is... You can see the sheen of the
Moist.
water on the sides of the boat.
Does it have a sail or no?
Yeah, it does. What is the range of that spark?
25 feet.
Oh. You'd either have to be, like, right up against the ship or on the ship to be in range.
I can teleport 20 feet, if that helps. Get close and then light it.
Do you want to try and teleport onto the deck or teleport close to the ship? You think you could just... there's like a couple of spots you'd be like just in range to target the sail from like...
The ground?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try and teleport to those and then light it.
Okay. You do so. There's... you get it... You set it ablaze. It goes up very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You're unable to conceal your consciousness from the orcs.
Okay.
So, like, you see there's, like, a bunch of projectiles and stuff coming at your consciousness after you get the sail on fire.
Okay.
Okay. One of them hits you, and you dissipate again.
Okay. I'll send another.
Okay? You're moving with the party now.
I am, yes.
So it's probably about maybe 45 minutes to an hour for this one to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That warship is not here anymore.
Okay.
So either they had a bunch of rowers or they found some backup sail, means to repair the sail.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gone. You see a mass grave where the slaves were.
The pit.
Yep. And there are basically one transport, two transports under construction, and an under construction warship that have been abandoned by the orcs.
Burn them!
Okay. You burn the rest of the camp to the ground.
And then I guess I'll splash some oil
Okay.
on the pit, on the corpses.
Okay.
And set that on fire.
Okay.
I think that's
In
better.
case there's any survivors.
Someone was like playing dead and they were gonna leave.
If you see any movement, just sprinkle oil on it.
Oh, God.
Shut that down
Shadow
real
of
quick.
the Demon Lord. Yeah. Okay.
Well, aside from that, I think it's
No,
a better
yeah,
funeral.
Yeah. We'll hope that any survivors already made their way out of there. And,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
They had 45 minutes.
They did. Okay. Can say that was favorable.
Yeah, I mean, can't imagine that warship is actually heading to Blue Cave with only 40 orcs.
Yeah.
So it's probably going further north into
Yeah.
Zooknool. But I think we put a good stop or a delay
Yep.
on the raid.
Yep.
So now just onward to Stanton.
Okay. It's quite a journey from here.
Sure is.
Let me do some. There's not going to be much fast travel here.
There'll be just one day of rest for Baron Dookie to make my sword.
Now I do have a ritual called Create Campsite.
Ooh.
You summon hundreds of diminutive nature spirits to assemble a campsite. They clear the area, set up tents, and roll bedrolls, gather water, and prepare a nourishing meal. They also conceal the campsite, with my nature check result serving as DC for perception checks to notice it.
How often can that be performed?
It has a component cost, so
Okay.
if I can find the components, we could do it all the time, but
All right.
if not,
Okay.
that's why I'm bringing it up.
This might change, but I'm going to make a ruling for this session.
Uh-huh.
I'll allow you to have the components, like, you will have them. And to the effect, it's going to, like, some of the components are, like, fresh food and drink themselves. I'm going to say that's part of it.
Oh, you mean for that?
For the ritual, yeah.
Well, to actually perform the ritual requires 15 gold pieces worth of components. But then, like, the meal and the stuff, they say, the spirits utilize you and your allies' gear to make the campsite. If you and your allies lack the appropriate gear, the spirits gather raw materials from the environment to make the campsite.
Okay. Well, from whatever combination, I'm basically saying it's going to double the amount of, like, food supplies that you had. Like, the net effect of you doing this ritual once a
Okay.
day. So before you had rations for 20 days. You've spent 8 days already on the road. So you would have run out in 12 days. Now you have 24 days before you'll need to really seriously. And the journey to Stanton, with this ritual, that's actually just about perfect to get you to Stanton. It's about that duration of time. So, provided you're not seriously delayed with you doing this ritual to help with creating this great meal and stuff, it's going to help really just smooth out your journey. So,
All right.
and let's just say over that course, just subtract just 100 gold.
All right.
That doesn't guarantee you make it to Stanton, but we'll never discuss supplies and anything like that for the remainder of the time. Okay. Okay. Leaving the coastal area after about a day of going uphill for the most part, the terrain is rising as you get away from sea level. You come up to a stretch of essentially a barren plain. It's going to be about for at least the next 2 days. Just mostly flat, very little growing here. Which is promising on the one hand, but on the other hand, Ardith Bay knows that there's other dangers that can be presented from having such open sight lines. Let's get a luck d20 for your first 4 days of travel to get across this plain. You've gotten to roll some luck d20s, so either Merrick or Ardith can have this one.
Does this have to do with becoming lost? Because I get a +5 to skill checks to avoid becoming lost.
Okay, I'll factor that into this luck die.
I rolled an 18.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to... That's a very good roll. You've noticed that there's some burrows in the ground as you've been traveling, and you've made careful note of them and have kept your campsites well away from these burrows.
Are they big?
The burrows?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. So they're not like rabbit.
No, or prairie dogs, nothing cute like that.
Should I send the consciousness down?
Gosh.
That's
you
up to you.
Well, we know what's down there.
Sure.
Okay. Send one down with a sun rod.
Okay. It heads into the burrow. And the moment you kind of get under that little connecting tunnel to where it kind of opens up a bit, you see dozens of sets of eyes, the little the spider eyes where they're all
Even with the sun rod out?
What's that?
Even with the sun rod out, all I see are eyes?
Yeah, no, you'd see more of their bodies. So there's burrows of spiders.
Oh, wonderful.
And they claw at your
Yeah.
consciousness. And, yeah.
How big are they?
The smaller ones were medium, and the larger ones were large size.
Jesus Christ. You'd never want to live on this continent.
No.
Well, we should avoid those.
Yep.
But I worry about nighttime.
When they come
Well,
out.
we weren't making
Yeah.
our camp close to the burrows.
How not close?
Well, with that 18 roll, I can say that Ardith has an approximation of distance for what would be their either territorial or hunting range.
And we're outside of that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So otherwise we could camp on top of one and just seal it up and ship it out.
There's numerous burrows, though.
Yeah.
But they're not all next to each other.
No.
Okay, I will trust your judgment.
Okay.
I mean, we could always do watches and all that stuff.
Yeah, true.
Should we be doing that anyway?
Probably.
We're just all sleeping. Well, we've got 5 people. We might as well.
I think
Have
we're
some watch.
setting them to be the watch.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah,
constant
they can-
Perfect.
watchers.
Remember,
They
they
can
have
do that.
uses, so that's
They
a
get
good
a
use
couple
for them.
hours of sleep per night.
And they'll be exhausted, but that's okay.
We don't give a
I
damn.
don't really care.
We're gonna take all
They're
their
in the
money.
muck of things.
I could
Yeah.
actually.
We're taking all their money.
I could have maybe Branduki could work all night on my sword,
Yeah.
and I could take one of his shifts.
I mean, if you want.
We can say during this time he's completed upgrading your sword.
Okay.
There you go.
So it is a +1 now. Did I already give you a random enchant for it, Thomas?
What?
Did I give you a characteristic for it when it would be done?
No, you did not.
Okay.
Or did you? +1 fort?
That doesn't sound right. Not for a weapon.
Boats.
That might be from
I got
that's
boots.
from your boots,
Yep,
yeah.
I got boots.
Yep. I know how we'll do it. I just need to have the weapon chart in front of me. Alright, Thomas, give me a D10.
Nine. That's pretty good.
It does extra 9 damage.
Yeah. It is a thundering weapon. So it's a +1 enchantment, so that's to all attack and damage rolls. On a critical roll, you get to roll an additional 1d6 thunder damage. And you get a daily power with it. Thunder is a free action. Use this power when you hit with the weapon. Deal an extra D8 thunder damage and push the target 1 square.
That was kind of close.
Cool. Thunder. How far back?
1 square. 5 feet. Or 5 yards, I forget. It's yard or feet. I think it's feet.
5
It
feet.
is. It is feet. Yeah. Okay. Is Hubert's diet consistently 10 copper a day?
Well, I'll ask him, has that been sufficient?
It is difficult to gauge what is my most appropriate amount. I'm always hungry. It's frustrating I can't give you a better response.
Have you felt like somewhat satiated by the daily diet, or?
Yes, I've learned a familiarity with it.
Well, I'll do
Yes.
12
Okay.
then. 12 copper.
Alright. Have you done any minuses in your money lately?
Yeah, I did the minus 60 copper.
Okay. And you can do another. It's 4 days, so 48 copper. Yeah. Okay. He's definitely looking nice, healthy, boisterous bunny. So.
Good.
Yep. There's no signs that you're starving him.
Okay.
Okay. You make it to the end of this more barren region. Now you're coming up on grasslands. You see there's like a line of mountains far up in the distance, and you'll definitely have to either go skirt around them to the south or to the north, unless you want to plow right through the mountain line, which would be difficult and involve athletics, maybe some acrobatics, and a little bit of luck. So,
Well, we have the wagon too, right?
Nope.
Oh,
Golk-
I just have
Golk has
on
been-
foot?
yep, he's been complaining often.
Oh.
He thought that you guys were going to go back after the ships, so he's regretting having come on the journey.
All his items.
Yeah,
Orcs have 'em by
those
now.
are on the wagon.
Orcs have 'em by now.
He
I
has a
hope
few.
not.
He has a few pocket items as well, but yes, he is feeling separation anxiety from his wagon at this point.
Well, I think we go the path of least resistance.
Okay, that would be going to the south around the mountains.
Okay.
Alright.
Going north would take you closer to Zooknul, and it would be a further. You'd have to divert further from Stanton. So, okay. Ardith Bay. Let's get a luck encounter roll for the next 3 days.
17.
Raw?
Yeah. Wow. Unless you want me to.
No. I don't want you. That is a great.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. As you skirt around the southern edge of the mountains, you make note of many owl bear nests in above little crags and nooks along the way, and you make careful note not to disturb their territory in making your campsites and traveling by them at the appropriate times of day. And they do not harass or harangue you as you travel through the edge of the mountains.
Nice owl bears.
Yeah, they can be quite vicious,
Are
but
those like
furl blogs?
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
but
It's a mix of an owl
you know
and a bear.
what's on the cover of this book?
Yeah.
That's an owl bear.
That's an owl
It's an
bear.
Oh yeah, I'm glad we're not.
Yeah.
They're the size of bears, so that's why.
Okay. You are 7 days out of the ship camp. You're at the southern edge of this mountain range. And now you have basically 2 options with your journey. You can go through a forested region. That is the more direct way to continue on to Stanton. Or you can go a little bit further south and you'll enter into a looks like more of a prairie land, similar to what you came from, but with a little bit more occasional brushes and trees. There's also slightly sulfurous smell in that direction, so there might be some sulfur pits and other kind of.
Yummy.
So do you want to lead them through the woods or across the sulfur prairie? Gulk goes, it stinks.
By the woods.
Woods.
Well, then you have more chance for cover if you do run into something.
But there's dangers in the woods. What's so dangerous about a sulfur pit?
I don't know, does stuff hang out in sulfur pits?
What, like a sulfur monster?
I don't know. Is that in the monster manual?
There's always, even if it's not in the monster
There
manual,
could be
I
anything.
always
Sulfur elemental.
Well,
Sulfur elemental.
I guess we can go through the sulfur pits.
What do we mean by sulfur pit?
Pit full of burning sulfur.
Just one big pit?
No, I assume there's multiple.
Sulfur
small
pits are natural
Yeah.
occurring.
I'll have to look this up.
Naturally occurring.
I think about like the part like by the rift where it's kind of like arid, and
Yeah.
then there's those cracks
There
in the
you
ground.
go. Good job.
Is that like what we're talking? Okay,
Mhm.
let's go that way.
Okay.
That's part of some creep clusters.
All right. Let's get a luck roll for this leg of the journey.
Looks kind of pretty.
16.
That's the base roll.
That doesn't
Yeah.
look pretty.
It's really
More
remarkable.
got boobs.
You're doing so well.
It's the lucky die.
Okay.
It's 'cause it's
Okay.
2 days into this journey,
Sulfur pits travel mug. Like a picture.
There you go.
It's weird.
you run
Would
into.
anyone have
what word do you see immediately?
I was gonna say dime, but that wasn't good. Down. All right. You run into a company of dwarves.
Sulfur monster.
I speak Dwarven!
Do we have a dwarf with us?
No, but I
We have gold.
Yeah.
speak it.
I don't speak it. Not till level 5.
I have that language.
You kind of. You rolled well, so you can kind of approach them on your own terms. They don't like run into you. Like you can just kind of see them off in the distance. So it's up to you to set how you wish to engage them, if you do wish to at all, unless you want them just to continue on their way.
Living
Well, maybe I'll just ask the gang. Let's see, there's dwarves up ahead.
Are they armed?
Are they armed?
Of
course they're armed. They're dwarves.
Right. No dwarf would be, not walking around with a hammer or an axe.
Does Golk have a hammer and axe?
He's got a good personality.
Okay.
But
So you either have a hammer and axe or a good personality.
Yeah. Yep.
And these guys have axes.
Yes.
It's worrisome.
Is that just a dwarfism?
Dwarf.
Or a dwarf truism?
How many are there?
There are 14 of them.
Any women?
Can you tell the difference from a distance?
Can't you? You speak Dwarven, you can't tell?
Oh, don't they all have beards?
I'm not gonna answer
That
that.
always differs
I'm
by
not gonna answer that.
Yeah. No.
But he says no women. So 14 armed dwarves wandering the sulfur pits?
Yeah.
No, they not wandering the sulfur pits. They're moving. They seem to be moving
Crawling
with
outward.
purpose.
Moving with purpose.
Yeah.
In what direction?
They're heading
Towards
south.
us.
South towards... Away from Stanton? Parallel
no.
to Stanton?
I mean, do we think they are trouble?
You guys
Everything's
are
trouble.
like.
We're in fucking
You
wasteland.
guys are like here.
Okay. Well, we have no need of interacting with them in any way.
Could only
Why would we
delay
do that?
What?
Yeah.
Right.
What if
why
we
would
were
we?
looking to gain more support for our cause?
Why would we interact with the world? Let's hire a team to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe.
No, I don't know. I mean, they looked like they were mean. You said.
Well, they're
I
armed.
never said me. We have to be really careful of hard-faced.
Right, the hard face.
Yeah.
That led to a slaughter.
When was that?
That was you DMing Dungeon Run. You said they were hard face.
And we knew they had to be slain. Yeah.
Oh my
I mean, if you really want to try to recruit them, but
You're the only one that can speak with them.
And
on Gulk, but we don't trust him.
Unless they speak common, which they probably do.
The problem is, like, if we had Stanton already backing us and agreeing to go to the war, then it's like, oh, well, Stanton sent an army. Well, the dwarves sent an army, but we're just a group of schmucks out in the wasteland.
Yeah,
I
they'll
guess
probably just take our
question
sword.
though is
Yeah,
do
they're
we,
gonna take his sword.
we don't really have a way to, like, move around them, I don't think, without being seen.
Unless you just let them pass by.
We can just slip
They
into a
would
sulfur
see
pit.
us, right?
Let
Whereas
them
Never
go.
be seen
No,
again.
they're not going in the same direction as you.
Oh,
Can't
they're
we
not
just
going
breathe
in the
for a
same
read?
direction.
You have. That's why I gave you the advantage of
I mean,
just
it's sulfur
deciding
liquid.
how you deal with
Oh,
this.
no.
Oh, it's gaseous, right?
But what's a sulfur pit then? It's gotta be a rock. I think it's a rock.
It's not a liquid.
Sulfur's a gas.
Right, but how?
But anything could be anything.
Like it's
Sorry,
just
sulfur
emitting-
springs. That's what I
So
should
it is
be
a
saying.
liquid. It is a liquid.
So, like a bubbling spring that
Then we could
smells.
slip
Maybe we
into it.
Oh, it's
Slip
like
in, yeah.
Rotorua.
Breathe.
I'll make some reeds.
Yeah.
Oh, the old reed strat. Is it dangerous?
No.
It's
Thermal
just-
sulfur baths.
Oh,
It's a
people
form
do
of
that.
therapy.
Let's do that.
I don't know if they do it in natural ones or not. Huh.
So it's not like it wouldn't like immediately hurt us.
Well, this one
I mean, I don't know why
has an
we'd have
actual
anything to
temperature of
fear from the
175
dwarves.
degrees.
That's pretty high.
What's
That's
that?
pretty
I
high.
don't know we'd have anything to fear from the dwarves.
They outnumber us
It's not like a war.
3 to
with
1.
dwarves.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
it's
like
not
they're
we
not
got
they're not an evil race.
Well, neither are humans
Maybe
technically,
they're
but
fleeing orcs as
Well, actually, I mean, humans are more in the middle, but aren't dwarves like naturally good?
what?
You ever seen The Hobbit?
Yeah.
It's like elves.
The dwarves
What?
are for
No.
the
I
dwarves.
swear
Anybody,
it is, 'cause
anybody
there's-
can be a dick.
There's
Yeah.
dark elves and like dark dwarves, you know, and those
Well, yeah,
are like,
those
The
are.
license
Yeah,
for it.
everything else is neutral.
I don't know. Look that up.
Look, where am I gonna look it up? Encyclopedia?
Are dwarves naturally good? I swear.
No, not. That doesn't matter. It's Ziggy's campaign. He's not gonna make them all good.
So what are we doing?
I don't want to
I mean,
encounter
we
him. but-
can't avoid it unless we.
They could just pass
They can
us
pass by.
by.
Well, if they do, then
But we
They
might
do.
be missing an opportunity. Maybe I'll ask Gulk if he recognizes any of them.
often.
I'd have to get in closer.
Well,
Can
let's
you
just
get in?
send Golk in.
Can you get in closer without being seen?
I mean,
Doubtful.
just send Golk in to talk to him. Maybe he can sell him something, and see if they're good guys, and then come back.
Looks like they can be
Do you
reasonable.
ask him to do that?
I kind of want to go.
What?
Like if they look like
Well,
this,
Of course I'd go if you
looks like you
came
can
with
be
me.
reasoned with.
I'll go with.
Yeah.
Alright.
We won't
And his
draw
alignment
attention
is
to the rest of the
often
party.
lawful
Alright.
good.
Well, often.
I'll
So-
let you
And
do
I didn't.
Alright. So Golk and Ardith Bay are gonna go talk to the dwarves.
All right. Thomas and I will be soaking in a sulfur pit.
I'll start with a finger,
There you go.
a toe maybe.
Okay.
See how hot it is.
Alright. I'm actually gonna start with the sulfur pit. So just hang on one moment there, Ardith.
What you don't want to do is drink sulfur water. It can cause diarrhea.
You find right. That's not surprising in the least. Thomas, you find it comforting.
Oh, so it's not like burning hot.
Nope.
Yes, it's kind of good.
You feel it kind of like loosening your muscles a bit. Like it's like a muscle relaxer.
Alright.
Especially after you've been on the road for like 10 days since Gabar.
I'll soak my feet.
Okay.
You
You want to do the same, Artemis?
Can my consciousness feel things?
You want to relax your consciousness?
I mean, what if I just slip my consciousness in there and then I mentally experience the feeling
Is that
without
how that
actually
works?
getting wet? is what I want to determine.
I think here's how I'm gonna rule that. Mang, it'd be like if you had like a camera at the wilderness,
Yeah.
and like we're looking at a hot tub.
Okay.
Maybe even if you had like a waterproof camera, like go into the hot tub, it'd be as much comfort as that brings you looking at that.
So it's just sight and hearing.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll slip in with you, buddy.
Okay. You guys
Not
both,
naked though.
You guys both go in.
I know that's what you want, but I'm
All
not
right.
naked.
Give me a D50 for both of you.
Ooh, that's tricky.
Combined or each?
For each of you.
How do we even do that?
What is a D50?
Well, you can roll
D100
D100
divided by 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
divided
that's
by
the
2.
best way to do it.
Round it up or down?
Shouldn't be necessary. Oh yeah, it could be.
We'll find out.
Thomas, you round down. Artemis rounds up.
Alright. Works for me.
Not needed.
Oh. I rolled a 97, so that would be...
That's pretty high.
It's a 6 or a 9. That's a 6.
So really 98, right? So that'd be 49.
I have a 34.
That's a bad one.
It's a lot of temporary HP.
True. We go take out those dwarves real fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was a one-time. Well, I won't reveal anything yet. Because
It was one time.
Yep. Ardith and Golk might want to go in the springs too. All right. Hey, who goes there? This is in Dwarven. One of the foremost dwarves steps forward, sees that you're approaching. Travelers? All right, don't be a stranger now. Let me get a look at you. And the other dwarves are. So.
Hail, good Sir Dwarf. My
Hi,
name is Ardith Bay.
I'm Golk.
We are travelers on our way to Stanton.
Stanton? We haven't been there in a while, have we, laddies? They agree. They have not been there in a while. Where you hail from?
Autumndale.
Can't say I've ever heard of it.
Are you from these parts?
Oh, we've come all the way from Drozdad to the northwest. Is Midas around here?
You're not far from Midas, and I would give them like
Okay.
a general.
They've been heading pretty much in the right direction, as you can tell. They're gonna run into the lake, but well, if they were to continue right along
They're
that,
going to run into the
and then they
lake.
just march in gloomily. They have no sense of direction.
So if I could, I'd tell them like
You want to provide them directions? All right. Give me a nature and then a diplomacy roll. You can add +2 to the diplomacy because you're speaking in Dwarven and you've got Golk with you.
nature is 27,
Okay. You give them perfect directions, but now it's the manner of which you give them.
18 for diplomacy.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh wait, no. You said +2.
Yep.
Then it's 20.
They're pleased with what you tell them. They also seem glad to know that they're almost done with their arduous journey. Well, in relative terms, they've traveled a long way. They thank you and ask if there's any news you wish to hear. They've passed through. They actually I scratched what I said. They did pass through Stanton about 10 days ago. So they've been there recently.
Did everything appear in good order?
Oh yeah. I don't know what you're referring to.
Oh, careful on your journey. We've had problems with orcs.
He
East.
you see his hand kind of idly brush against his axe handle. He'd be like, that would be some excitement for a change.
Well, if you have interest, we have need of able-bodied warriors.
Oh, unfortunately, we're already committed. We've been hired by some of our kin down in Midas. Took a long time for the letter to reach us, but we've agreed to terms, and we're heading down there.
Well, be careful in your journey, as we suspect they may head towards Midas as well.
Oh,
They've already raised Gabar.
Well, no time for dallying then. Well, thank you so much. You've been a real blessing. He.
Into the lake, boys.
Yep. No. He like kind of reaches around for something, hands you a scroll of parchment. He says, "Couldn't make much sense of this, but if you know any scholars, perhaps they could have a look at it."
Oh, well, thank you.
It was just weighing down my bag a little bit. And they sally forth.
Thank you. I bid them good journey.
Okay. They do the same to you as well. Well, that was nice.
That was. Thank you for your help, Gulk.
Yeah. You know, that smelled so terrible, but now look at them over there. He points to your companions. Look, they're relaxing.
They're relaxing in it. Well, we'll go back over to them. How's the water?
Excellent.
Pretty great.
I guess I'll partake.
Yeah, Gulk jumps in.
We thought we were gonna go through the forest instead of this. This is
Yeah,
way
okay.
better.
Alright.
We should open up like an inn here.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Set up
remember
a
your
sulfur town.
And then we can just hire people to deal with these
Yeah.
waters.
do you guys remember your roles?
49.
34.
Okay, right. Okay. Let's get them for Ardith. I'll take it from you as well.
So what did you roll?
D50.
And how did you get that?
D100 divided by 2.
So just the D100? But I thought you were rolling 2.
Like 2 D10s. One of them is like the 10s and one of them is the 1s.
Oh.
Did you roll a 97?
I did.
Okay, Cole got the same results as you.
Great.
Well, so I rolled like shit.
Is he also rounding up? Or is he rounding down?
Oh, no, I'll let him round down.
There we go.
Alright, Ardith, do your best to calculate what half of that value is.
Well, mine's terrible. I rolled 10 and 8.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Looks like a 9.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
awful.
Better start up a new
I
character
don't
sheet.
really like sulfur baths, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe it's just for humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
The
elves.
odor of the sulfur dissipates.
Nice.
The water temperature begins cooling,
'Cause we're all in it.
Well, that's no good.
and it's as if you're in a normal pool of water now. But you've all been changed.
Oh, great.
For the better.
You're a goblin now, I think,
How do we notice a change?
Yes.
because she's a goblin.
Alright.
Oh shit, I'm down.
I'll start with Thomas.
Save me for last because I'm a goblin.
This was your idea.
Look at what it's bestowing on us. Might be good.
Could be terrible.
I'm assuming at some point you wish us to leave the pool because it's no
Yeah.
longer
It's no longer
comforting.
hot,
It's just-
yeah.
Mhm.
Alright. You guys see Merrick leave, and as like he plants his second foot onto the ground, he melts into a puddle
Oh no!
Shit.
and remains that way for 1 minute.
Oh my god.
And then you see him rematerialize in front of you, up from the puddles. Like,
What?
Did I experience anything, or was it like a blackout?
it was
It was a nightmare.
very painful at first. Like you could feel yourself just going into the ground. It didn't hurt as much. It was just a little discomforting when you rematerialize.
But like, I don't have memory of being a puddle.
You do have memory of being a puddle.
Oh, what's that like?
You were
God.
Do I
just
sense anything?
swirling darkness, just feeling constant contact with like each grain in the soil.
Alright.
It was like, you know, it was oblivion. You couldn't really perceive anything, but you were still, your spirit was still there in the puddle when it was happening.
Okay.
And he couldn't like move or anything.
No, you're just puddle. You have this. You now have the ability to perform this at will.
It's,
Almost useless ability.
I do it again.
Okay, you see it happen to him again.
Okay.
I'll snap out of it. I can choose when to come back and out.
Yeah, but it's not a snap. Like from the puddle, you're like, like you form back up.
At will puddle.
Keep it in mind, but the fact you can't see or move means it doesn't have much
I
strategic...
mean, if I'm about to be killed, I can become a puddle.
Yes, that's about it.
Yeah.
We should test this. You should try hitting me while I'm a puddle. In fact, let's do this.
Well, let's the rest of us here.
Okay.
We'll do some tests.
Do you
with all
leave?
of us.
Do you leave the bath, Artemis?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You notice that you're standing just a little bit taller than you used to.
Oh.
But
Okay.
so it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Then you notice that it's not. You haven't grown at all.
The galaxy has shrunk.
No, you see Golk. He takes like a piece of parchment. You see him like sliding it under your feet.
Oh.
You're hovering. You're levitating.
Oh. Well, that's very nice.
So, reader always levitates 1 millimeter away from any surface, never making contact with floors, walls, or ceilings.
1 millimeter?
No,
Yeah.
no.
How did anyone even notice?
Golk can fit a
No one will
parchment through
notice, and that's the key.
But I
You
felt
won't leave
taller.
tracks.
Would
Well-
you notice if you were like raised up 1 millimeter?
For all I know, I am.
And it feels very much like you're still on solid ground, but
Yeah, that would be hard to notice.
you know quantifiably you're
That's
not.
insane. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
It's like putting on, like, you know, if you get a new pair of shoes and the sole is slightly taller than you're used to. It's probably like that.
I guess. A millimeter. That's like.
Golk gains 1 dominion point for each worthy foe he kills, which dominion points like a god
That's
bound.
godbound.
Yep. So he'll just gain a level if he anytime he kills something worthy, he'll gain a level.
Is he aware of this?
He has a general idea, but he has no interest in seeking worthy foes.
You were
No, but I'll
one-
put worthy foes in front of him and put a knife in his
you
hand.
could just-
You had rounded down.
You could fast
Yeah,
track.
that would have been
could've
so
been-
much
Yeah,
better.
you could fast track Golk to
Yeah,
just
we could
level
make him-
30.
Yeah, we can make him level 30 real
The
fast.
unwilling power
You
being.
can destroy these orcs.
I mean,
All
we
right.
have to find. Let's hire adventurers to find enemies, sedate them, and put them in front of goal.
Sedate them. This is like deja vu.
Okay. Ardith, do you recall what your result was?
9.
Oh yes. As you're leaving the pool of water,
I grow a tail.
no,
Goblin thing.
what foot would you have stepped out with first?
My right foot.
Okay, your left foot is like, oh, it hurt, like it's just searing pain as it's still in the water.
That's no good.
Okay.
How would you react?
I'd probably like kind of tumble out of the pool.
Okay. So you took 4 damage from your left foot being in the water. You now understand that you are hurt by water as if it were lava and have total immunity to lava and fire.
Double-edged sword.
It's really bad.
If it rains.
It rains, you're fucked.
Yeah, so
Does
this
this
is
change?
like new.
I mean, because there's a lot of like ambient moisture in the air.
Yeah.
Well,
What if it's like a dewy
what if
morning or
it's a-
something?
Yeah.
What about snow?
So like I can't take a bath.
Well,
Yeah,
snow
you
is
can
probably
never
a no-no.
shower or bathe
You would
again.
need to use like a fire bath or a lava bath.
What about
Lava
drinking
bed.
water? Does she still need to be
She can't
hydrated?
drink water. She'll die.
Well,
It's like drinking
she'd
lava.
she'd have to figure out how to
drinking
stay
lava.
alive, pretty much.
Boil water, maybe?
No, you'd have to make it into lava.
No one can
God,
do
can
that.
I just make a new character? This seems like too much work.
Well,
We'll figure it out.
That's the worst.
you're a member of the party.
You could jump into another sulfur pit and maybe that would remove the effect.
Golk might have a solution.
Thomas, you wanted to test your puddle?
Ardith,
Yeah.
you seem troubled.
Yeah, water hurts me now.
Oh my. That is a problem.
It is.
What if you try sipping out of your water skin?
Well, we want to be
Slowly kill myself.
we want to be careful here.
Internal bleeding.
So you're a puddle, Thomas?
I agree. Caution is the best way forward. I'll turn into a puddle.
He wants me to
Strike
attack
me.
him.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that.
All right.
I'm gonna conjure like I don't know what kind of tool, like a spade or not a spade, a hoe, and then I'm gonna separate the puddle in half
Okay.
and push one side like a few feet away.
Oh, I just wanted to see if I can be damaged.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean this might damage you.
Okay.
This might kill you. It's hard to say.
Or can you just hit me first?
All right. So
You
want
wouldn't
divide,
agree to this.
You want to divide the puddle in half.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what it feels like to be Phil.
Put his legs where his feet used to be. Or whatever.
Thomas, you take 12 damage.
There you go. You can be damaged.
But only if I'm carefully separated.
No, it doesn't even have to be carefully. I mean, if something like, what if a big rock fell on you? I mean, you'd be separated quite a bit.
Would I be? Or would I
think
just be
so.
underneath it?
You'd be splattered.
It's hard to say.
I'll wait a minute, see if he comes back.
You do feel pain when he does this.
Okay.
Only pain.
I writhe as if to say, are you gonna hit me or not?
Okay, I'll just smack
Can
him
he
Yeah.
interpret
I'll smack
your
one half
puddle writhing?
with the hoe. Because it is what he wanted.
Okay. You displace some more water. Like, from like the... Like, you know, there's like a little splash.
It's water or is it like just some weird liquid?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like...
Water would get
Is
absorbed,
it a bit
I feel.
thick?
Yeah, there is
Is
a...
that
There's a...
viscosity?
Okay, good. Yeah, I'll just slap that.
Alright. You take 1 damage, Thomas.
Alright, so I'll try to reform.
Okay.
Is there just one of me?
It's just half of you.
Yeah.
Oh god.
My legs on one side, my behind. Oh,
no, you see the the half you separated. It moves a little bit quicker than the rest to like T1000 type.
I'll try and stop it.
Thomas, you take 12 damage as he's doing that, because like part of your body is not getting back. So like you're there's like patches of you that are like open to like air. So like you see like your like lung like
Okay.
moving up and down.
Okay.
Let it go.
I'll
I
let it
say.
go.
Let it go.
See? This is what experimenting does. I don't think it's a perfectly safe form.
No, I don't think it's safe at all.
Alright, good. I'm glad
In
you
fact, I don't know what it's good for other than like slipping down a sewer
See?
road or something.
I demonstrated it
Well,
for you.
I mean,
Dude, if you
it
slip
could
down,
be
you're
good.
gonna splatter all over the place.
I'll just reform. As
But
long
what
as
if
I'm
some of you
holding
gets like
back,
swept down a drain somewhere else?
it'll come back as long as it's not being held.
But it might be. Look at all I used was a little hoe when I held you back. You took 12 damage.
You're holding on to me. Can't hold me.
I wouldn't advise it.
Well, there might be certain situations where like stealth, like if you want to appeal like one person, but you have me in your water skin or something.
Ooh. Yeah, water.
You can carry me around in a cup.
You're in a sack like Samuel.
You could do a really nice magic show and stand.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
where did I go? Like put me behind a curtain, I'll turn into a puddle.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Okay. If we need to raise some money, we might do some stuff.
Golk is concerned though.
About what?
Ardith Bay is having trouble accepting her new condition.
She's now immune
Well, seems
to
like
fires.
a pretty horrible death that I'm preparing for.
Well, I would only advise throwing you in more sulfur pits. They are clearly magical.
There's 2 pits left that have that heat.
Only 2.
Well, yeah, because it was for these 2. If you guys found the sulfur pits, so
Oh, like
Ardith could go in their
Okay.
place. Yes.
Oh, I'll go in a pit.
Okay. You are in the pit.
Does it burn?
Nope. It must be close enough to lava that it doesn't damage you.
So that's important. That just means it has to be hot water.
Chemical consistency. So you could drink
With
this.
sulfur.
You'd get diarrhea, but
Mm.
you could survive
I think
off
just-
of this
You
sulfur
just
water.
probably just have to boil your water to drink it. That's what I think.
No, that just makes it more pure water.
it makes it hot. I thought.
I think it's a
temperature is the
chemical
key.
composition.
We'll find out.
Although, what's the chemical composition of fire? I guess. I don't know. I mean, I get the water lava interchange,
if
but
sulfur,
fire
if
is
the hot sulfur
element.
spring is not hurting her, that means it's not a chemical thing.
Why not? It could be a high enough sulfur concentration.
Is lava just sulfur? Is that what lava is?
I don't know what lava is. It's magma.
Lava
I thought
is
it's like a
molten
rock.
rock.
Yeah, molten
Yeah,
rock.
it's molten rock.
See, sulfur. The sulfur.
How does that
is a
feel?
rock.
Right, so it's minerals.
Well, it doesn't burn.
If you boil
We
out the
don't
mineral, that
know
makes it
what
more
is.
dangerous.
We don't
It's not
know
heat.
what it is.
You know,
How do
something's
that?
probably going to happen when you leave.
I'll
This is
leave.
not nearly hot
Okay.
enough.
You may roll a d50 again.
Plus, I don't know. I mean, maybe in boiling hot water. That's really
50
drying
and
stuff.
8.
Yeah.
Sounds like 20.
I mean, every time we set up a campfire, we got
27.
fired.
No, 58. That'd be 24, wouldn't it?
That's 4.
I mean, that's only the drinking problem solved. There's other problems. The rain, the snow. Dude.
Oh,
Raincoat,
yeah.
Umbrella. Boots.
29.
29.
During a rainstorm?
10.
Unfortunately, you notice nothing after stepping out of the pit. Well, there's one left.
She'd have to bathe in, yeah, how do you bathe in boiling hot water?
What do you mean?
Guess I'll go
We
in
don't
the
have the
last
means to
pit.
keep that amount of water hot.
No.
You are in.
That would just have to go by the wayside.
Do I have to
Spot-
like
spot
stay in
clean.
for a certain amount of time?
You don't
Fine,
think
with
so.
like
Once
a
you enter,
Dry,
Okay,
dry
I'll
towels.
leave.
all right.
Drop
So
the torch,
make
the
your
dirt
roll.
off.
Bake it. Bake it off.
Well, I got 52.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Or integrate it.
21 and a.
I don't know what that does.
Whatever it is.
Makes clay.
Yeah, that's what I
26.
thought. I didn't know what happened. Although, isn't that mixed with straw?
I don't know.
Okay. Isn't that how you make an adobo?
13 jars of pickles fall from the sky and land at your feet.
What just landed?
13 pickle jars.
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
Are they full of pickles?
Yes.
I guess I'll open one
Okay.
and eat a pickle.
It tastes good, but it pains you going down a little bit.
So it's not a chemical composition matter.
Okay.
It's heat.
Don't think that shook it.
Mm.
I have a few theories, but there's no guarantees here. If any of you feel like you need to undo what's just happened.
I don't know if you'd ever even notice mine. Yours is at will. You can choose. So
I think it could come. I think the fire immunity could come in handy.
but there's a lot of drawback.
In a rainstorm, we'll listen to Gulk's theories about how to undo it. We might as well hear him out.
Sure.
Alright. In that little terrestrial blizzard sphere,
Yeah, the snow globe.
yeah. I was in there long ago, and there's another like spring in there. And I think it has a bit of a reversing effect as the ones in our world that we might find. Now, granted, you have to go in there. There's a lot of water because there's snow,
Yeah.
so it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, there's a dragon.
There's
But
dry.
yeah, I mean, but the dragon might not be a problem.
Why?
If it breathes fire, she's mine, right?
What color is the dragon?
Now that you mention it, I think pretty much everything in there is white, so it's a
Does
white.
it breathe ice?
You might be right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to find that spring and quick. But if you did that, you'd be in the clear, because we could just we could get you out of there, no problem.
And how do you know this spring does anything?
I'm pretty sure that's what it does.
Can I look at the snow globe and see if there's a spring?
Well, like
Yes.
just physically examine it.
Yes.
What is your perception skill?
I think it's an 8.
You have insufficient perception to scan it.
It's a
Can I
9.
look at it?
What is your perception skill?
Passive or is it regular?
The regular skill.
Is 11.
You may look at it. You do discern, after staring at it for some 15 minutes, there's like just an insane amount of detail in there. You see a distinctive spring that is a little pocket unlike the snow-covered landscape. So there seems, you can confirm the existence of the spring within there.
I can make you like a poncho or something.
Force poncho.
A rain suit.
A rain, yeah, something.
See,
Snow outfit.
Search training. You can make a force poncho.
Force poncho.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll try it. Otherwise, I think I just have a slow death. So then I can just have a quick death if it doesn't work.
True. Okay, well, you go in.
You need to stand clear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and watch, see if the dragon's about to eat you or something, and I'll
Yeah.
yank you out.
Create her a poncho.
Sure, I'll create her some sort of protective snow outfit.
Okay. What kind of boots are you wearing, Ardith?
Leather boots. Oh no, boots of stealth. Well,
Okay.
I think they're leather.
All right.
stealth.
Yep. Okay. They all stand back, and oh yeah, doesn't someone turn? You have to turn it, I think,
Yeah.
because then you.
I
Just
can use
go,
telekinetic grasp if
Yeah.
we want, but
I need to turn
it feels appropriate for you to
Okay.
turn it.
Your reality vanishes around you. You are no longer near the sulfur springs in the flatlands, and are in a winter wonderland. It is snowing.
I want to get my bearings. If I like recall
Yes.
looking at
That's just
you know,
straight
the
nature
snow
roll.
globe.
Even though you're in an artificial environment, it is simply assessing the landscape you just looked at on a smaller scale.
$24.
Okay. You have a rough inclination of where you need to go, and you can feel when little flakes, it's every once in a while kind of doesn't like necessarily go through your poncho, but even making contact on your skin, like on the other side of the poncho, it's starting to like singe you a little bit.
So I'll move swiftly.
Okay. I will need an athletics to determine how quickly you make it to where you believe the spring is.
Critical fail.
Okay.
My mom bought way too many fucking cookies.
This was just for you?
No, this was for tonight.
Oh, well, we're down some of our.
Yeah,
our
but I don't think
loafers.
Bert would eat any.
Okay.
Maybe Jake would eat a couple.
Ardith begins sprinting towards where she believes the spring to be, and the snow on the ground conceals many little tripping hazards and uneven terrain and the like, and she trips and falls onto the ground. The effect of this is that she takes 13 damage.
Ow.
Yep. The front part of your poncho has become damaged, so you'll be more susceptible to if the snow ever like comes from like a horizontal wind gust or something like that. So you can now attempt to make a new athletics roll.
21.
Okay. You take 3 damage from intermittent snowfall along the way, but your instinct to survive and determination gets you to keep moving through the pain and patches of snow that have like melted through your poncho on the front. And you hear movement coming up behind you by the time you make it to the spring, but no dragon or other creature has encountered you yet, and you see the spring in front of you.
I'll jump in.
Okay. The water does not feel harmful to you. You feel like a shudder run through your body, and now you start to feel a little bit colder, but at the same time you feel that whatever magic was taking a hold of you has now been removed.
Okay. How do I leave the snow globe?
Well, someone has to twist it, but since I can't see the spring, it makes it a little tricky.
Well, I'll get out of the pool.
Okay. You see, coming through the trees, the dragon is beginning to pursue you now. That was that noise you had heard.
Is there anywhere I can, like, take cover?
Oh yeah, there's tons of trees and snow-covered shrubs and things of that nature nearby. Really, you have
So
a
run and try and hide.
Okay. Where in particular do you want to go? If you could describe what artist's most preferred option would be.
Well,
Surrounded by like woods and bushes and that sort of thing. Like climb up a tree, crawl into a bush.
I guess crawl into a bush. I don't really want to be up high, so I feel like the dragon would have an easier time seeing me.
Okay.
It's gotta be pretty big, right?
Yes. Since that's
I'd rather stay low to the ground.
okay. Well, and you know that any idea of him smelling you would be hampered by just the sheer amount of snow that's like on the ground, and that you'd be going underneath in the bush. So that'll help. So let's get a stealth roll. Okay, that's really good. You basically become one with the snow, and you're able to kind of knock some off the branches above you, so that you're pretty much covered in snow by the time the dragon makes it over to where you are. And you can't even really surveil it properly because of how you're hiding, but you kind of just hear its footfalls thump past you, keep going until they get softer and softer, and then eventually indiscernible.
Okay. I'll get out of the bush. No. Do I see, like, the boundaries of the snow globe?
Not within the snow globe, no. It just looks like sky above and landscape. Kind of seems like you're in a valley. Like, you know, everywhere you look around in a 360-degree radius, there's like a crest of like trees.
I guess I'll head like back the way I came, because that should be the opposite way the dragon was going, and try and get to like a clearing area so I can be noticed.
Artemis, would you have a certain amount of time you just
5
arbitrarily give? 5 minutes? Okay. As you start heading back there, you just feel this upward rush of air and this kind of sucking feeling. And Ardith Bay plops down on the ground, a little bit covered in snow in front of you guys.
I think I'm cured.
Huh.
See? Ooh, close one.
A little bit.
So-
I got down to 13 HP.
You should patch yourself up there.
It's an anti-magic spring. That could be useful.
Unless it's purely to undo spring effects.
Golk asked for your best description of what the dragon looked like from you.
That would be oddly connected.
Do you give him the description?
Should be a parallel world.
Yeah.
What if we throw Hubert in it?
Wouldn't he have seen it though? He was in
He
the
has.
I
snow
don't want
globe.
that.
No, that's
No,
but he didn't go
anyone-
back
I
in
don't
with
want
you.
magic. Just good magic.
It's
You're
definitely getting bigger.
The dragon's getting
Yep.
bigger.
What has he been eating?
I don't know.
Should we
5
slay it?
natural law. When Gulk is level 29, his final task will be to kill.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, and for all we know, the dragon is somehow tied to the magic of the globe. Maybe you kill the dragon, maybe you kill the globe.
Yeah. I guess for now it's just a bigger threat to anybody we throw in there.
Yeah.
Okay, well now that all that spring fun is done, let's keep going.
Continue to stand.
All right.
I think that kills our inn idea though.
Yeah, I thought they were just regular old sulfur
Yeah,
springs.
they had to end up being magic.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can I healing search?
Yes. You'll get an extended rest.
I'll do the
Oh, okay.
same. What
So I'll
does
just
an
be fully
extended
healed?
Rest do?
Fully healed.
Okay.
Don't forget the dwarves did give you a map in
Yeah,
compensation.
I do want to look at the parchment. I guess I don't
Yeah.
know it's a map,
Right.
and I'd show it to Artemis too.
You can only read it under moonlight.
So one of those kind of maps.
Okay. You see, it basically looks like someone started drawing a map and then just kept putting grids over it. Like, you apply one grid, it would be like a perfect grid system, like what you'd want on a map. But then it just keep getting impressed on these different angles. So you can see there's something underneath there, and you might be able to even recognize it, but it's gonna take a long time of you squinting at it. It is very strange. You're not even sure if it's a magical effect on it or if it's just a really cunningly concealed way of designing it. So
We could dump it in the spring.
I
We
mean,
don't have any springs left.
I'm hoping those
I meant the one
dwarves.
in the-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping those dwarves weren't just playing a prank. They seemed well intentioned. I mean, unfortunately, they didn't mention where they had found it. That might have been helpful.
Well, I guess I'll spend time studying it.
Over the coming days,
Yeah, why not?
you'll have time. Okay. All right. You'll take this terrain for another 4 days. So this will be 11 days out from the shipwright encampment. And then you'll be coming onto the edge of the fertile land that is part of the greater Stanton area, and from that point on it should only be another day or two out of Stanton and over fairly well cultivated farmlands and pastures. So you're on the final stretch of what would be considered the more dangerous part of the journey, potentially. We will need a travel roll from someone. Ardith Bay has been having excellent travel rolls, so continue hoping in that.
Here. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Is this a pure?
This is
Not-
yep. This is
Oh, it's
travel
not a
RNG.
skill.
This is
Alright.
travel RNG.
You haven't
Yep.
been
Alright,
rolling much
then,
time.
then I will roll, and it does end here.
Good.
17.
You did not roll below a 17 along this journey. You had a variety. You had 2 18s, a 17, and a 19. So, unless you guys want to fight something,
In character, out of character.
more out of character.
We only have 20 minutes left. Will that take a long time? Is the only thing.
Well, if this were any other system, it would be quick.
Be enough time, but yeah, probably not in 4th
Not
edition.
in 4th edition.
Okay.
Have to clear this.
You guys arrive. You guys arrive in Stanton 3 days later. So it has been 14 days since you left the camp, and a total of 20 days since you left Autumndale, parting ways with the elders who had left the previous day. I need to make note of this. 2 of you still have magical effects on you.
It's true.
Yep.
And gold.
Oh yes, he does have that as well.
I don't know if he told us about it, but
Yeah.
he does.
Boy, I wonder if I have that old Stanton map in one of my folders. So I drew up another city today.
I
But
have
we
it on
didn't.
my computer upstairs.
I just found it. I need to see how many modifications I need to make to it.
Is this a recurring city?
Oh yeah.
This is a recurring continent and setting, so yeah. I've been here before in some past life.
Did you know that you made this cool map of it here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is this a homemade continent?
Yep. Okay, so that's one now.
You can pray at your gods' temples,
You can.
except for me.
Why?
I have no god.
Oh. Because you have the memory of 1,000 lifetimes.
Well, that's true, but I don't remember much.
Oh.
One, two, three, four, five. Some of these symbols. Mert had the religion sheets over by him.
Mart had the religion.
He did. Is this did you ever see this?
Isn't that you?
That was supposed to be me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, that wasn't supposed to be me. I had a
Gray motherfucker this whole time?
I had a different picture.
You've been lying?
I had a different picture, but he wanted to change one of my feet, so I think he re-rolled it. His version and printed it out with that picture.
He made you gray.
Yeah, he made me gray.
Okay. Well, all right. You guys are in Stanton.
Is it one under here?
Probably. There's quite a bit of. Yeah. If you find them, let me know. When rifling through that.
Religion.
Yep.
One.
It's not
two.
all of them, though.
What's this? Mert.
He only printed out the sheets relevant to him.
I just realized. Oh, I didn't just realize, but it is confusing every time I can remember finding the right sheets. I have the true gray version. Already in use.
Oh, that's senior.
Super gray.
Okay, I think I've got everybody.
They're all spiky.
That's a shard mind.
I pictured myself just being an actual human.
Yeah. That's what I've been imagining.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's a different race.
That's a shard mind,
And upon reaching Stanton,
I think.
and see, I was going to give this to you guys whether you had 4 combat encounters along the way or none. But since you had good traveling and a good guide, you reached level 4. So you can go ahead and level up.
Travelers.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, it's because I burned all the shit.
Yeah, right. And burned all the slaves.
Yeah.
There's all died.
All those survivors gave
Right.
us XP.
Yep, too bad.
No.
Level up bonuses.
What happened to level 4?
Dude, 21 intelligence.
You guys should go straight to Knife Point Alley.
Oh yeah, I love that place.
Yeah, it's the best. Yep.
Can Gulk level up there?
He
Real
does.
fast.
Nope, he levels up from slaying worthy foes.
Does Knife Alley hold worthy foes?
Yeah. Who determines worthiness?
The gods. He's just killing Mash from Alley. He was not worthy.
Do you want assistance leveling up?
Could be.
You got it okay?
I play in Dex and Wisdom.
You get 2?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Those are your most important
What is picked
stats.
outside of the ability?
Now I'm looking at my feet.
You get a feat.
Oh, another feat.
Oh yeah.
3 is at home.
Elven Precision. Get a +2 bonus to the new attack roll
Oh, when you reroll, yeah.
for Elven Accuracy.
Oh, remember when I said that you could make Hunter's Quarry a D8 instead of a D6? I'm pretty sure that's in there somewhere. I think it's called Improved Hunter's Quarry.
I guess I should take like a boring one that just makes me better in combat. Boring.
No, I know.
Add 1 to your overland speed and the speed of all allies in your traveling group.
That would have been nice. 3 weeks ago.
Add
That Gulk speed.
+1 feat bonus to acrobats checks and stealth checks. Add 5 to the DC required to find or follow your tracks. Ooh, military spears. Perfect. Ooh, scimitars. I don't see one about
Hunter's Quarry? No. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
When you score a critical hit with a melee attack against the target of your Hunter's Quarry, you can shift as a free action.
Don't even get.
The enemy takes a -2 penalty on attack rolls against you until the end of your turn.
You're not about melee, though.
No.
Okay.
You could look in the player's handbook.
I could just get choose one of your ranger at-will attack powers that has a level. You lose that power and gain one of the powers granted by the expert archer class feature. If the rerolled attack granted by your elven accuracy hits your quarry, the attack deals extra damage equal to 1d6 plus your whiz mod.
Oh yeah, your Hunter's Quarry damage is based on your level.
I don't know. There's so many.
Yep. And they're all roughly equal in
I don't even really need. I feel like I don't even need expert tracker. +5 feet bonus to perception checks. I'm already incredibly perceptive.
Yeah. No, that when you have something covered, I mean, if you're not encountering situations where it's not good enough, there's usually not an immediate need to improve it.
I think we're going to like the Lord Mayor or something. I don't.
That'll
remember.
be your first stop.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll wait for the others to come back for proceeding to that. So I think we'll just stop with you guys being fresh in town. But I will keep that into consideration for beginning the next session. That you'll be seeking out the ruling authority right away.
That's what we're here
Good
for.
deal. Hunter's Quarry damage twice if I spent an action point to take an extra action. Or you can designate the second nearest enemy as your quarry instead of your nearest.
I didn't know it had to be your nearest.
I didn't either, so I think I've been doing that wrong this
Yeah,
whole time.
that's okay. Well, since here's the thing: when the DM doesn't know about it either, I usually don't care
Can't
too
believe
much.
Mert didn't correct us.
Yeah.
That's more shocking.
Yeah.
What did he not correct?
Damn it, Thomas.
I mean, maybe I've been going after the nearest one anyway. Is that orange? Oh, it's orange. Some cat hair.
How do you know it's not your hair?
It was short and white.
Okay, well that's Google. He didn't mean to.
Oh, I'm still gonna eat it. I
He
just
was trying to
noticed
eat
it.
the yellow ones.
Yeah.
You can have the yellow ones. Ugh.
Hmm.
I don't know. Which one of these do I want?
Oh, I see. You were looking at light step, which requires elf.
That seems good.
Add to the overland speed of the group and +1 to acrobatics and stealth. Improved initiative's not bad for Merrick. I know you like having a crazy good initiative. Next time you need to use that magic sword of yours with your crazy potion. You know they have an arena in Stanton. You could just become the grand champion of the arena.
Could.
Yep.
Gotta take away from Gulk.
Yeah. You get them to like near death and be like, Gulk!
I mean,
It's
I
like
could just be in the crowd and use psionic powers.
And assist me with your consciousness.
Yeah.
That could be the secret weapon. That's actually a good
Right.
thing we should do if we have
Soften
time.
it up.
If we have time, yeah.
And then let go get the killing blow.
Should I do like archery mastery?
Make him a hardened killer.
Archery
At the
master.
end of this, I don't even know what his class is.
That's
Or
not in my
He
book,
has
so
nothing.
I
Is he a
can't.
peasant?
It
He
says
might be a peasant.
choose one of your
Not for long.
ranger
Level
at will
30
attack
peasant. Level
powers
30
that
peasant.
has a level.
It's gotta be.
Okay.
You
better
lose
than
that
something.
power and gain one
Is
of
that
the
even
powers
better than, like, a
granted
level
by the
10
expert
PC?
archer
I don't know.
class feature.
I don't
Oh.
know. That's up to Ziggy.
Yeah, it's
Expert
Probably not gonna
archer.
I don't even know if any of mine are
Not
leveled
that
though.
attitude.
I'd
No.
rather.
I don't
This-
think they are.
It's been a long time
Right,
since
yeah.
I've actually played a character in 4E, so I'd
You can
have
just
to.
light step. It seems like a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
Make us faster. I'll just be light stepping.
Tempted to
I
do
mean, there's
cookie,
so much
but I
in
also don't
there.
know if I want
It
to
makes
Yeah.
you harder to track. You get skill bonuses,
Dinner time
and
for
you
me.
get faster overland speed.
That's like-
And in a campaign where you've got like these huge armies on the move and stuff, like having that incremental speed increase is nice. I found it. It's called Lethal Hunter. The extra damage dice from your Hunter's Quarry class feature increases from D6s to D8s.
I have that already.
That's like the most Steven Seagal sounding feat I've
I think
ever heard.
I have Lethal Hunter.
They're usually like redundant.
Yeah. Steven Seagal in Lethal Hunter.
Well, if you do, then you should have D8s and not D6s when
I'm
you roll.
using D8s.
Oh.
I think.
No, then you're good. That's what I was talking about this whole time. But you made it a session without any combat whatsoever. So, actually, no, there was some combat. Your consciousness was attacked, and you
Yeah.
attacked the Minotaur magus.
If you want to call that combat.
Yeah. I mean, it was an encounter.
Yeah.
It was an interaction. Yeah.
Alrighty.